What is up, Tech family? This is Josh High Tech, and on this episode, I'm going to talk about a JavaScript coding challenge that's called Reverse a String. It's on freecodecamp. That's what I'm going to use, and I think it's very beneficial to show multiple methods on how to solve this. So I hope this is beneficial. I'm going to go over some basic principles that you should know and that you will learn in this video, and I hope it helps. So let's get straight into it. Here we go. The first things first is looking at when you're starting off at a coding challenge in an interview, the first thing you need to do is read the question. That's the first things first. You got to make sure you understand what they're requiring of you, and that's very important. So first thing I usually do always is I go straight into, I'm reading the first thing they ask me. The first thing they ask me in this is to reverse the provided string. So that means that I need to reverse the string that I'm having. And then the next thing I need to do is that you may need to turn the string into an array before you can reverse it. And then the next one is your result must be a string. So that's pretty much just telling you at the end of it, when you have to return your result, you need to make sure that it is a string, and I'm gonna go over exactly what that means. But first, let's look at this. And this is what's good about freecodecamp. It shows you what you should see as your result. So it's showing me that, hey, look, it should be OLLEH, the opposite of hello. And then howdy, it should be the reverse of that. And then greetings from Earth, it should be the reverse of that. So now what I'm going to get into next is, like I discussed before, going over what an array should look like, and then what an actual string should look like, and what an object is. Object we're not going to really cover too much, but you should see what it looks like. So I'm writing right here, as you can see, I'm writing an array, a string, and this is the object. So these three you need to know. This is very important if you're a JavaScript developer or a programmer in general. You need to know this, that the array, look at how it's written. It's like in the brackets. And then you have the strings, they can be double or single. And then the object is like the curly brackets. Those are very important because it will help you in the long run. So make sure that you take notes and write that down. But remember what they asked, and you must reverse it in a string. So that's what we need the result to be. And as you can see this is what they provided, and they're saying at the end, the reverse string should be and the function reverse string should be in a string. So that's why you have hello inside the string. So now let's get into the actual code. All right, so first thing that we need to do is we need to declare a variable. So what I'm gonna do is use the word rev word, and I'm doing camel case. So camel case is like lowercase, then one letter is the uppercase, so rev word. And then I'm gonna equal it to an empty string. And then from there, I'm gonna do a for loop. So this is let I equal to string.length -1, and then we're going to do I is it greater than or equal to, and then we're going to do 0 in this regard, and then we're going to do I minus because it's in reverse. And then you can I'll put some resources of what a regular for loop should look like, but this is what it would need to be for a reverse a string in this particular problem. And so now from there, you saw how I put the curly brackets right after you do a for loop. That's important. So now I'm gonna do const, and then I always do this because I feel like it makes the process so much easier for me. And I do const. You can do let or var, whatever you decide in regards to this, but mainly I just do const because I want it to be constant, and I want to make sure that it's not changeable. So I do const letter equals string of I, and then that is pretty much like the length of the index, like of the string. So then you go to the rev word, and then I do plus equal, which really just means plus, and then I put plus letter because now the letter equals string of I. So I'm just saying that the rev word, which is the empty array, plus the letter, which is the string index, and then we're saying put them together, and then now we're going to say return the rev word. And so now, as you can see, when I try to run a test, it comes out correct, as you can see. But what I'm going to do is try to explain this a little bit deeper of how I got this answer. So what I'm going to do now is do a console.log. This is very important. Console.log will help you in a lot of areas. If you're getting stuck in the coding challenge, try to do a console.log. But the key is making sure that you're calling the right thing. So here we go. And here, as you see, I'm putting it in, then I have hello, then I have howdy. And as you're seeing underneath, that it's returning the opposite, just like how we had it, how it wanted it. And that's key for understanding this. And then as you can see, it's literally the same as you can see on the screen for the function reverse string. All we did was add it in there. And then for the parameter inside the string, we just added whatever word that it needed to be, because we have to return a string. So I hope that helps for seeing how this works. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna show you all another method, and it's pretty much like a built-in methods, they're array methods that you can use in order to like solve the problem a lot easier. And I'm glad that they invented it, so that they can make it easier for you to get to the solution. So here's the code that I'm going to write. So what I'm going to do is just do a return, and then what I'm going to do here is do a string str.split, and then I'm going to do an empty string inside of it, and then I'm going to do dot reverse, and then from there I'm going to do a dot join. I'm going to do it with an empty string. And so now if I do console.log and then I do a reverse string, and then I do the same thing that I did on the last one, and then put my array and I put hello, let's see what pops up. Bam, the same exact thing. And then if I do it with, just like to make sure that it works for all of them, then I'm gonna copy howdy right here and put it. Bam, same thing, same result. Okay, now we're gonna do greetings from Earth just to make sure, the last one, and then bam, perfect. So that's what's going on. And then, so pretty much right now, what I'm gonna do from there is I wanna do dot split, dot reverse, and dot join. I'm gonna go over all three of those. So first things first is dot split. So split, pretty much, it's a method that divides a string into an ordered list of substrings and puts these substrings into an array and returns the array. So in this example, you're going to see const string, short for str, and it's the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So then we're going to do const words, and we're going to put string.split, and then the console log words, and it's going to be 3. So 3 is 3 words, so it's 1, 2, 0, starts from 0 first, then 1, then 2, then 3, and then you're going to see, and then 3 is going to be fox. That's how fox is the expected output. Then for another example, you got const chars, which is short for like characters in a sense, and then you got string split, and then console log that, and then it has 8. And I'm gonna show you all why 8 is K right now. It's the same exact thing as I talked about before, and here it goes. I wrote down how they work, and you can see what I mean by that. And then the space also counts as a number in this regard. So that is covered. Now I'm gonna do dot reverse. So now dot reverse is a method that reverses an array in place, and the first element becomes the last, and the last array element becomes the first. So as you can see in the example, you have console array 1 equals 1, 2, 3. If you do console log this, and then you do reverse, but you do array 1 dot reverse, then you're going to see that the input, the expected output, is going to be 3, 2, and then 1. You see how it's the complete change of what it was, like just a reverse of it. And so that's the importance of that. It makes it much easier. And so I'm going to show you the last one, which is dot join. And dot join, all it is just joining the numbers. As you all can see on the screen, it's just joining the numbers. And for example, if we have, so it's joining numbers. So for example, as you can see, you got const elements, and then you got fire, air, and water. And then you see if you do elements.join and then put the string, the expected one is going to be fire, air, and water, just all together, as you can see. And the same thing with the other ones. It's just a comma, no spaces, and this in all joined together. And the same thing when it has the dash in it, just all together. And that's the 3. And then here is an example of what it looks like with console.log, which is why it's so important, because it can show you exactly where you are, and it can help you when you're in a coding challenge and you're trying to figure out where to go next. This will help you get right back on track, or figure out a way to make you get right on track. So here, for example, if I just remove .join, and let's say I just do reverse .split and .reverse, you see now that it's the opposite. It's OLLEH, but they're strings at this point inside of an array. And then you see now, if I have this, it's just hello itself. And then now putting it back, you see that it's the reverse. And then now if I add .join to it with the empty string, now it's OLLEH, and then we get our answer. So that is a lot for this coding challenge, but I hope this was very direct and very easy for you all to understand, because I'm still learning. I have a lot to learn as well, but this is what helped me in regards to coding challenges, and I feel like it can help you all, because this is a part of the process, and these are fundamental things that we have to learn as developers, front-end developers, to be able to be in the best position, to be able to have long-lasting careers in this career field. So I hope this video helped, and I will have more videos like this. Be on the lookout. I enjoy making videos like this, so you all will see more. Espero que tengas un buen día. Ciao.